is working.
Since
Chide
our
will soon join the call. Let's wait for Chide small. Sorry.
okay, Jimmy, I was thinking that you could maybe start anchoring it, pending when Chides
Sorry,
comes.
guys. Sorry, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, stop. Tell you what.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry. I just entered the house now. Okay, so let me just
Okay,
quickly share my
welcome,
screen.
Chide.
yeah,
Thank you very
welcome.
much. Thank you very much. Share my
Good evening,
screen.
sir.
Yeah, good evening. This time around, hope the class is being recorded.
Pythonlogy. Yes, you can see now. User started the recording.
Yeah,
Ah,
so
okay.
last time you did
That's
show
why
this
you guys
recording.
have to make a user to be on the call. That's why she's on the call. So the call is being recorded.
Lisa, sorry, we are supposed to test out that thing. I totally forgot. I was actually very busy, but maybe we'll test it some other time. So can you see my screen? Just to be sure.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
Can you
can.
guys see my
Yes.
screen? Okay. So what we're going to do this time around is we'll start off with the what we're meant to do. Then at the end, we'll now do the corrections to the previous assignment, so we don't waste so much time.
Chide,
Think it's
sorry. How
better
many
than-
people submit their assignment this time around?
Yeah, let me even check.
Don't worry. Continue with the class. Continue with the class.
Okay,
Ah.
so so for this class, we're going to talk about loops in Python. So for loops, while loops, then we'll now get into functions. Hopefully we'll get into functions. Okay, so before then, the last class, let me see. Sorry, the first class, right? Is that the first class? Yeah, the first class, 22 people submitted their assignments, 22. And the last class, 7 people submitted. So the reason for this assignment is just to confirm, because I go through them individually, one after the other, right? So it's just to make sure that you are actually following. It's actually for your own benefit. That's just the truth about that. So that being said, we'll go ahead with this class. Okay. So let's start with okay, Jimmy, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so today you didn't talk about sets. Yes, in that
I didn't talk
category.
about let in that category. Only tuples,
Tuple,
list, and dictionary. Okay,
yes.
so we'll talk about that maybe after today's class so that we won't go back. We'll go
Okay.
back to sets, yeah. So I want us to quickly finish this session. Obviously, not for us not to understand. The aim is actually for everyone to understand, but the main thing I really want us to enter is the main Python for data analytics. I was talking to, I think it was Sophia the other day, and I was saying the truth is when we enter Python for data analytics, you might not see some of these things, while you might see some of them. Because that time we're now working fully with pandas and NumPy, Matplotlib, PyPlot, and the rest of them, and they have their own should I say structures kind of. So you're going to see some of these things and you might not see some of these things. So I really want us to go into the main thing. So we can, let me use the word, we can now kill our time. Let me use that word on those main things, which is the Python for data analytics and data science, right? We can, in fact, I'm ready for us to even use 5 weeks on that just to make sure everyone understands that, because that's the main thing, So yeah, so let's go to today's class. Let's start with loops. So let me just put. So let me see for. Okay. So is my screen clear enough? Like, is it large enough, the font? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's move ahead then. So now you can use loops for repetition, kind of. So let's just say you're like singing a song, and when you say repeat the chorus, how many times you want to repeat the chorus, stuff like that. So it's actually great for counting. Literally, loops is great for counting. So we'll just give a short example so you understand what I mean. So let's just say let's just say for I, right, in range, let's say range 5. Is this right? And when I say print system count, see plus 1. Range. So what this actually did is it started counting from 1 down to 5. So, and how did it do that? So it started counting from 1. So this simply means add 1 to the next answer. So I plus 1, so it's 1, which is 0 plus 1, 1. Then 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. Do you understand that? Okay. So let's give another example. Similar also. This now we used numbers. So now let's use so for example, let's see colors. Right. Also, let's say a list now. So for example, let's say this is red, right? Let's say this is let's say blue. Okay. So this is let's say green. Okay. So you now see for color in colors, which is calling on this variable colors, which is the list where we have our list of colors. So print I. Oh, sorry, I didn't put my very important. See, I like. We can now colon color. Mouse plus. So let's add an exclamation mark to this. So just see this. Let's see. So you see, it looped through all the colors in our list of colors. So I like red. You see the exclamation mark we added. Here I like blue, then I like green. Do you understand this? All right, good. We are moving fast. So this is for loop, right? So let me just copy this. So I just paste it. Interesting. So the next one will now be while loop. So I just change this to while. Wow. Okay. While loop. So while loop is literally saying keep going while that condition is true. So you give a condition and you're telling the loop keep on going while the condition is true. But you know, using while loop, you need to be careful. If not, you can go into an endless loop. What I mean by that is it just keeps looping and looping forever. It's very dangerous. So you have to really be careful while using while loop. So we'll see an example now. So let's just say, scroll down. Okay, what will we use now? What do we use? Okay, let's see cookies. Let's say cookies equal 3, right? So let's see, let's give the condition now. So we'll now say while. And now, I don't know if you guys have noticed something. You see, whenever you're using, if you notice the colors, when they change in Python, something like this, you see for, you see in, you see while, then you'll notice also if you use true and false, which is Boolean. Have you guys noticed those color changes? So the color changes are literally, that is a how would I explain this now? Is a, should I say, kind of a function, let me use that word. I don't know if it's the right word in Python, right? So if you notice, whenever you see these color changes, so for example, you can't use those stuffs now for as a variable name. So let's say, for example, saying for equal to, you can't use something like this now as a variable name, right? But you can use something like this as a variable name. So once you see the color is changes, so for example, you can't use this as a variable name or this as a variable name. So just going to throw that out there. So let's just continue. So let's continue. So I can say while cookies is greater than 0, so what we mean is, so let me just do this so you understand it better. So what we literally mean is while this is true. So if you remember, we're trying to say when we're using while loop, we're saying for the fact that that condition is true, that condition is met, keep on looping. You only stop looping when the condition is not met. So let's also do this as a case. So let's say print. What can I use now? Okay, let's just say num. Let's use an exclamation mark if you want. And we now see something like let's see 1. Okay, it's gone. Stop. this. Now we can now say cookies equal to cookies minus 1. So let's print say all gone. This. So okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's just leave it as all gone. So let's see. So you can see what it actually did here is it went 3 times. So this cookie is equal to 3, so minus 1. So the first one, num num, 1 cookie gone. Second one, num num, 1 cookie gone. Third one, num num, 1 cookie gone. Then the next one, because it has exhausted this, print all gone. So the fact that this was true, it kept on printing this. The moment this became false, we went to all gone. Do you understand? Okay, Modupe, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so it's just for clarity. Okay, so
Okay.
this while loop is okay. We want the numbers. Okay, set until that 3 cookies is equals to 3. What does it mean? Then the other cookies is equals to cookies minus 1. What does it mean?
Okay, so cookies is equals to 3. We're trying to set this variable that we have 3 cookies here, right? So we're now saying while cookies is greater than 0, which means is while this cookies here is greater than 0, print num num, 1 cookie gone. So for every time this cookie is greater than 0, print num num, 1 cookie gone. Now we want it to loop, so that's why we now created another variable here called cookies. Say cookies minus 1. So what it means is this: if we don't do this, cookies minus 1, it will keep on printing cookies. Let me just do this. I don't want this to go into an endless loop. Who has Jupyter on their computer? Who is following this exactly on their computer?
I have Jupyter, but I stopped at the for loop.
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
done
sorry,
the while loop.
Colab.
Okay.
Colab, not Jupyter. Who has Colab? Like, who is using Colab currently? So just type this code. Type this code you see here on your Colab. Don't know. Has anyone done that? Just let me know once you have done that. So the reason why I don't want to do it here is, like I said, if we remove this, it's going to go into an indefinite loop. It will keep on printing num num, 1 cookie gone, num num, 1 cookie gone, because these cookies will still remain 3. So anyone that has Colab can try it on their Colab. Just comment this out. Just do something like this. Comment it out, then run it. Do something like this, then run it. So I don't want to do it on mine so that it won't just go into an endless loop. So who has done that? If you have done it, just let me know. So you can tell the class what you saw, what you experienced.
Let's take off the -1, right?
No, just you see this cookies equals to cookies -1. Just comment it out. Just do something like this. Put this is it a pound sign or a hash sign? I don't know what to call it. Yeah, just look at my screen. What I did there. Just do something like that. Then run it.
Okay, it's running endlessly.
Forever, you keep on running forever. If that computer is on, it will keep on running forever. So that's why we need to be careful while using the while loop. So you need to set a condition that will now counter that condition from being true. Or if you don't want to do that, you can now use what we call pass. So you say while cookies is this, you cannot do something like this. So let's copy this. So if we do something like this, let's see. So you don't need this. You can just comment this out. So let's we now say cookies equal to 3. While cookies is greater than 0, which we know we're trying to say this is we're trying to say while that condition is true, how many cookies are left, right? Then we now say print num else pass. Let's see, print all gone. This also should give us an infinite loop. Wait, let me check it before I run it, because I don't want to run into an infinite loop. If not, I have to restart everything again. Num. So let's pause. See this.
Hello, Chidex.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, normally, even if you run into infinite loop on VS Code, yeah, you can always stop it now.
No, it affects your memory. Don't you know that?
Even when you stop it?
No, when you stop it, it has already taken up that memory.
Okay. So
that's what I said. Someone that is using Google Colab, because Google Colab is not on your machine directly. Google Colab, you're literally running on the cloud.
Okay.
How do you mean to affect the memory? I don't get.
You know, all the code you're running them on memory. Don't you know that? All these code you're running them on memory. Yes. Don't worry, when we start, someone said something.
Hello, it's still the same thing.
Yeah, that why I said I don't want to run this, because it's still going to give you the same infinite loop. It's still going to give you the same infinite loop. So generally, that's the reason why I said. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to run that, because it's still going to give you the same infinite loop. That's why I said you need to be careful when using the while loop. You need to set a condition whenever you're using a while loop. Set a condition that has to be met. If not, it keeps on going infinitely or indefinitely. Right? So any question concerning while loop? Any question before we move ahead? I think we're moving fast today. What's the time? 29. It's fast. Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, just to understand it more clearly. So does that mean, okay, after the first one, so after printing num one cookie gone, so does that mean it's going to give like 3 minus 1 2. So that means two cookies remain. Then again it's going to loop again, so making the second time, which is num one cookie gone. So 2 minus 1 now, that is 1, which means 1 cookie. So the last one will now be 1 minus 1 0. So
which
right?
is 0, yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Okay.
you're welcome. So that's good. So maybe we can go into function now, so we don't waste too much time. Maybe we can go into function now. I'm going to function now. Okay, so just let me give. Okay, so mean that we've done if, elif, else, for, while, right? So we can actually combine them for different distinct. We can actually combine them. So before that, let me show you something. Let's try this. So Control C, paste it here. So let's see. Let's say we remove this. Something, try something. So try this on your Google Colab. Whoever is using Google Colab. I think many of us are using Google Colab, at least according to the first session. Many people were actually using Google Colab. Anyone has done that? So the reason why I want to show that is to show you that if you use this break statement, it's going to cut it prematurely. Instead of going endless, it's going to just cut it prematurely. So that's literally just what I wanted to show. So I don't know if anyone has done that on their Google Colab. So if I this just cut it prematurely. So let's combine them. So let's say who's that? Modupe. Modupe, go ahead.
Okay, so okay, you said the break is going to cut it prematurely. But now my question is, we already know that the cookies is 3 and it should be looping it while it's greater than 0. When it gets to the third one, is it not supposed to stop? Why is it still running continuously?
So break just actually breaks it prematurely after the first loop.
Okay, so after the first one.
Yeah, it breaks it prematurely.
Okay.
But except we can also set conditions when it will break. You understand? So we can set conditions when it will break also. So you can set a condition when it should break.
All right.
Okay. So let's combine them. Let's take this out. So put this here on the first page. So let's combine them. So let's do like a game. Let's play like a game, right? Let's play like a guess game. So let's say guess equal to 0. Then we can now say this is guesses. Is it 1s or 2s? I think it's 2s. Guess is less than 3. And we say print guess my number. So let's just put an exclamation mark. Okay. We can also give a hint if we want. So let's just say hint 7. I'm going to put this. So hint 7. Right. Then we now say come out of this. And I'll say guess equal to. So we now say int. So int is literally saying convert, accept only integers in this. So int, and also convert whatever you put in there to integer. So literally, take note if it's float, not converting string to integer. So let's say input. So the user can input whatever number of that choice. All right. And we say if. Take note now, from the while, we're now going to the if. So we now say if guess equal to 7. I think I've spoken about this this sign before. I think I did that. Was it the first class? I think I did that. So equal to 7.
Yes, sir.
Then all right. Then print yes. Okay. Put exclamation mark. And we can now say break. So I've given that condition now. So we're not breaking. Sorry. Wow. So guesses plus or equal to 1 this time around. This means plus equal to 1. So literally what we're just saying is saying add 1. So literally. Are we following?
Yes.
Okay. So is Sefia, is she here? Let's see how to. Okay, so let's see else. What's the point? Too many tries. So many tries, and we can do an exclamation mark if you want. So let's run this. Let's see. Name guesses is not defined. So let's see. Oh, guesses ES. So let's run this again. Yep. So it says press enter to confirm your input. So let's say we gave a hint 7. So let's just use that. So let's say 7. We print. So it says yes. Right? So because it says if guess is equal to this 7, then print yes. But now let's do it to be less than 3. Let's see. So let's see 1, for example. So it's running. It will keep on running. Let's see. Let's not try. One moment, let's try another number again. So we've tried the first one. Let's try the second one. 6. Let's try the last one. Let's say 4. Too many tries. So do we understand this? So let me explain it again. So we've said this variable that guess is 0, right? So what we're saying, while guess is less than 3, so if I've guessed less than 3 times or 3 times, then print guess my number hint 7. So then we impute whatever number I want to guess. So you can impute 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever integer you want to guess. So if guess is equal to 7, which is what we want, if you look at our hints, print yes, right? Then break. So guess is equals to plus or equal to 1. So if you see this, while guess is less than 3, so you see it's 0, 1, 2 here. After this, too many tries, else print too many tries. Any question? As I'm doing this also, be running it on your own end, because I prefer when you are Modupe, just a moment. I prefer when you are running it, Modupe and Peter. Okay, let's have Modupe first, then Peter next. Modupe, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so the whole thing has scattered in short. But okay, now it said guess equals to 0. While we did the first one, it said if the number is, so in my head I was like, okay, when we are that first assignment is what we want the number to be. That's, I don't know, I might be wrong. So I was actually expecting to be like guess is equals to maybe greater than or equals to 0, not just equals to 0. I might be wrong about that. Then when we are still going to like the other towards the end where guess plus or equals to 1, is that not supposed to break the loop naturally? Why are we still using break before that statement? Or what does that plus equals to 1, what does it do there?
Okay, so we'll start from the first one, guesses, right? So that guesses equals to 0 is literally we're initializing a counter, literally to track the number of attempts. So we're initializing a counter to track the number of attempts. So because we know that generally you can, if I say guess the number I have in my head, you can, attempt several times. The first time, Peter, I'm coming, let me just finish this. So the first time you can say 10, second time you can say 5, 6, like that. So that's, this first guesses equals to 0, literally is initializing the counter variable just to track the number of attempts, the user will make or the user has made, right? That's for that. Then while guesses less than 3 is actually the main loop condition. So this will actually continue to loop or execute as long as, or so far, the number of guesses is less than 3. So what it means is 0, 1, 2. Remember what I told you in when Python is when you're counting on Python starts with 0, right? So once the guesses have reached 3, which is that 0, 1, 2, then the condition becomes false at that moment, and that loop will terminate. Because remember, the while condition is only for the fact that that while condition is true. Remember, I said it when we were talking about the while loop, right? So that's for that while condition. Then we now said print. Obviously, we know what print means, to print out the results. So now the guess equals to int input is literally, pausing the program. You wait for the user or whoever to input their number or their guess, then they press enter, then it now converts it like I said earlier to an integer, which we all know what an integer is. It's a whole number. It now stores it in the guess variable. It stores it in the guess variable. So now if guess is equal to 7, it means check if that input that the user has imputed, or the number that the user has imputed, matches the secret number that we have in our head, which is our 7. If you remember 7, right? So matches that number, and that's why we said if guess is equal to 7, because that's the number we want in our head. That's the number we have in our head that is the right number. So that is literally for if guess is equal to 7. So literally, if it is true, then print yes. So if I guess true that 7 is the number, then just print yes. No need to do anything. When you print yes, then break. So the moment it prints yes, it breaks. It doesn't do anything again. It doesn't loop through anything. It just breaks. So the break will force that while loop to end immediately. Right? So it will not skip the rest of the loop. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
waiting
sir.
for the
So
other
it will
plus
skip.
minus.
So yeah, I'm coming there. So it will skip the end of the loop onto the else block immediately, literally for that. Now, the if condition, if it's false, take note, the first one we talked about is if it's true. So if it's false, the computer will now skip the if block and it will execute that line, which is guess plus equal to 1. So it's like saying guess equal to 1 or guess plus 1, literally. Right? So it just increases it by 1. Are you guys with me? Peter, I'm coming. So now, at the end of the day,
sorry for cutting in. That guesses plus or minus plus equals to 1 is not that clear. That part
okay,
is not
so
that clear.
this is literally, this literally means this. Control C is also the same as this. So it's just like a short form. It's also the same as this. So let's say guesses is equal to, sorry, guesses so This literally means this, and that's why I said add 1. So it's just a short form of saying this. So guesses means guesses plus 1. So whatever you've guessed plus 1. So that's for that. Then
Initially,
yeah, go ahead.
I said initially
Peter,
our
don't worry,
first
we'll
guess
come to you. Let me finish.
our first guess is 0. So adding 1 plus it continue to add up till we meet the break.
So this is like a counter. That's what I'm saying. This guesses equals to 0 is a counter. It's a counter, literally. That is what this is for. Guesses equals to 0 is a counter.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So Peter, go ahead, please.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time and for putting us through all this. So please, my question is, my first question is, the guess number, can we make it a variable ahead, in the place of that guesses?
So what do you mean? So
Yeah,
like saying guesses.
Yes, is it
Something
possible
like this.
to, yes, like we can have probably if we can have 2 variables, is it possible?
So let me
Like
understand what you mean.
okay, what I'm trying to say is you like now the first guess number is like a very
The counter.
a starting point.
Yes,
Is it?
exactly. So
Yeah,
it's just literally initializing a counter to track
yes,
the number of
exactly.
attempts we do. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. So the second variable, which I'm saying is probably a number to guess or something. Maybe so which is going to be equals to 7. Is it possible?
So
Do you get
let
what I
me
mean? Like
see.
we make the 2
Let me
variables.
try. So I should form another variable. Is it what you're
Yes,
saying?
please. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So we have to
Which
now
would be
use another name. So let's
maybe
use
secret number or something. Yeah, secret number.
okay, let's say secret number. Secret number.
Yeah, which will be 7.
Okay.
Then another variable, probably the guess limit number.
So let's just see guess limit
Number.
This is the way I like to teach. I will do what you have in your head. So you see
Yeah,
how it comes out.
exactly.
So guess limit number.
So probably the guess then the guess count, if it's now less than the guess limit number, then we can put
So this guesses
under
is literally the guess count.
yes. So the guess limit number is 3. What's the limitation for the count? Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3.
Yes, that why I would say where guesses is less than 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can put 3 there equals to 3. So when we now have the 3, we can now put that guess limit number is less than number.
So you want us to see while this?
Yes. So that's now a variable. Is now the variable name. So we can use it to represent that 3. No, we can use it to represent the 3. No, we can use it to represent the 3. I mean. So it will be like we are
just
comparing.
say while guess limit number.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So it's going to be y guess it's going to be y guess
while guess limit number print
then
guess my number.
Then guesses, yes. No, like guesses less than guess limit number. Why guesses less than guess limit number?
Okay. So just follow what you're saying. Why guesses?
Miss, I'm just why guesses, yes, less than Guess is limit number.
This?
Yes, please. So now we can the print guess number, we can copy that out or cut it out. If it's
This?
yes, please. So if guess number is equals to secret number, so instead of that 7, it will now be if guess number is equals to secret number. It's yes, please. Then, yes, then print yes. Else, too many tries. Let's try that, please. I just want to know if if you're using variable well.
So print yes.
Yes, please.
So we
Yeah,
should
you
remove the
already
break, is what you're saying?
no, we can leave the break. You already put the yes. So
Okay,
let's run.
then
We can run it that way. And let's see if it's
guesses +1. We should still leave this.
yes, we can leave that.
Okay, so let's run and
So
see. So let's guess now. So what number should we guess?
now we can guess 3 or maybe
Let's
10.
see. Okay, let's use 10.
Okay.
Then what other number should we guess again?
Maybe 2.
2. What's the last number we can guess?
Maybe 4 or
4.
15.
Let's see. Too many tries.
Okay, so it works fine. Thank you.
So it gave us the same thing. So now
Okay.
let's know is the first condition. So try the other condition. So the other condition,
Okay.
is if guess
If guess
is equal to the secret number. So let's run this
yes,
again. So
then we can
the
put
secret
7.
number is 7.
Yes.
Let's try this. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't know. Probably this might even be much easier and understanding. I don't know. Then my
Whichever way
second question.
you understand
Okay.
it is the most important thing is that you understand it.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Your
I
second
really
question. Go
appreciate.
ahead. You were about to
So
ask.
my second question is when can we use the while loop and the for loops? Is
So
it only
literally,
when okay, thank you so much.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah. That's just my question. I was just trying to buttress it, but since
Okay.
it's like you already understand my question.
So the while loop, like I said, is whenever there are situations, like I said, most of these things they are easily explainable when we start that Python for data science. So when you're seeing it in the real world problem. So but literally the while loop is, like I said, just making sure that if you have any conditional statements, you have to make sure that that conditional statement is true. So it does not loop indefinitely, right? So yeah. So the for loop is actually just to give you, it's going to give you back a range of whatever you requested for. So that's why if you see this example here, so we say for I in range of 5, so print count I plus 1. So it started giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we did this for colors, say colors equals to red, blue, green. For color in colors, print I like color. So it gave us I like red. So it went into there, start looping it from the beginning. The way it looped from 1 to 5 here, it looped from the first one, which is red. So red, I like blue. Now I like green. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
Thank you so much, because you remember the last question, the last exercise you did for us in class. Then I think we were supposed to have a program, and it was so. This was one of my major problems. Remember? So thank you for.
Yeah.
Thank you for
worries,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
No worries. So any other question? all the time. Okay, not bad, not bad. Time is not bad. Any other question? No question. Okay, so maybe we'll go to functions. I think that's the best. Let me see. And hope you guys are, also doing the in your own notebook. So whether you are using Google Colab, Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, what else again? VS Code is very important. So that's why it's a live session. So you do it, and then when you get an error, and that's why I'm happy when someone says, "Oh, I got an error when I ran this on my own machine," and I say, "Oh, show your screen, let's see." So it shows you're following up. Like it's easier to follow up that way. When you're actually doing it at the same time. So that's just the reason why I prefer people to actually, or students to actually, so it means people are actually following. Okay. Jimmy, go ahead. You have a question.
Okay, it's not a question of asking, but the code ran correctly. I was thinking maybe instead of entering the 3 numbers at once to guess, what if you enter the first number and then it prints out maybe not correct, then the second number, if it's correct, you show you not correct. Then if you guess the correct number, maybe midway before the third trial, it will print out the yes or something. That could also work, but maybe no need for that. You can proceed so that I don't waste
You can
my
do it
time.
like that. No, you can actually do it like that also. I told you guys, which I believe that's how all other programming languages work. Python is something that there are different methods of learning it. You can do a particular task in several ways, using several methods. So whichever method you feel is easier for you, the truth is, the fact that you're going to get the same outcome or the same result is the most important thing. Don't worry, when we enter, like I said, I'm always saying, when we enter Python for data science and analytics, I'll show you what I mean by you can get the same result using different methods. So always pick the one you feel you are more comfortable with. It's going to save you a lot of stress. Always pick the ones or the one you feel you are very comfortable with. So it's not like it's something that is stuck in stone, that no, this is exactly how, or this is exactly the method you must use. There are actually different methods of arriving at the same result. Yep. So any other question or contribution? We've not done the assignment for so first of all, before we continue, is there any reason why, because we had only 7 people, at least as the last time I checked, it was just 7 people. Any reason why people didn't submit the last assignment? The first one was, I think, 22, which is a reasonable number of people submitted, and I went through each of them individually, right? And the second one was just 7. So is there any reason why? The reason for the assignment is not like your this is not a master's course that you're going to fail. Maybe they will give you fail or something. No, it's just to show that if you understand, then it's going to be easier also when we are doing the corrections. You will now see where Kabiru, go ahead. You raised your hands up.
Yeah. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you for all you do. God bless you. About the assignments, honestly, I did not know that we are giving assignments. So I did not check the group. So it was this evening. I was even telling one of my colleague here, Latifa, that I did not know that we were giving assignment to, maybe because I was not that feeling fine, so I was unable to check the group. So on my own part, I'm sorry about the assignments. I will try and do it before
No
Saturday.
worries. Yeah, no worries, no worries. So what you guys should just be doing is always check that Python challenge should I call it channel? Yeah, Python challenge channel. That's where I literally post everything, because of course what we are doing is Python, so we will have to post it under Python. So Kabiru, you raise your hands up again, or it's a mistake?
Yeah, it was a mistake, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's just go straight into it. So let's go into functions, right? So how would I explain functions now? I like explaining in a way that even a layman can understand. So let's just call it something you can call on. It's just like let's call ourselves a lazy coder. So instead of repeating something, we know that if we call on that thing anytime within our code, we can use it literally. So it's reusable, right? So one of the advantages of that is it saves time. Of course, since it's reusable, you can call it at any time, like I said, and so let's just give an example so maybe we'll understand it better. Okay, so let me scroll down and do this. Okay, so let's just say, so we always start it with def, so it means defined. So you see this DEF, you see that the color changed again. Remember what I told you guys about color changes. So let's just say let's do this like a game. So let's just say cookie maker, and it should be a number. Just call num, right? So you also do the same thing you do whenever using if else. So you have to put your semicolon or colon. Colon. You have to put your colon, then literally how you do whenever you're using your if and elif and while loop and for loops. So you can now see cookies equal to so let's use what they call it. Let's use emojis. Let's see. So on your keyboard, there are different. I'm always forgetting mine. There are different depending on the system or machine you are using. There are different ways of getting out your emoji on your keyboard. So you just have to find out how to do that. So let's see. Let me try control. Yeah. So let's see cookies. Hopefully we have. Oh, we have it there. So let's see cookies. So select it. All right. Select it. So it's not compulsory to use an emoji, but I just want to make it fun. So that's why I was just looking for that. So let's just say these times. Asterisk is for times the number. So literally we're just saying, let me comment this so we understand. We're just saying supply string for no. So just a moment. Supply no. Okay, so now we use return. You see the color change again, take note of that. So return cookies. So we can just call this, comment it and say gift back the batch of cookies. So give back the batch. So now let's call the batch here. So the batch is equal to cookie maker. So let's call it number, let's just say number 3. So now we can now say print batch. So what we're trying to say now is it should give us this batch 3 times. That's literally what we're trying to say there. So any question before I run it? Any question before I run it? Okay, so question. Okay, we have 2 questions. Okay, let me run it first, then come to you. So it gave us the 3 cookies. So let's have the first question. I think it was was it Peter? Peter, okay.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, Peter, yeah.
Yes, please. I would just be so grateful if you can explain from the beginning again, please.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. So the define cookies maker, then we said num. So that particular line, it defines a function named cookie maker, literally, right? So the num inside the parentheses is the parameter we want. So it's like a placeholder. Let's call it a placeholder for the number we'll give function when we call on it. So that's for the define cookie maker num. So the cookies equal to the cookie emoji we kept there is literally the core logic for this particular function. So we can multiply that by an integer. Take note, that is a string. That is a string. The parentheses there obviously lets you know that is a string. So that emoji there is literally a string, right? So once you see the parentheses, you just know that that's a string. So we now multiplied it by an integer. So that's why we say times num, which is that number we're going to call under the define cookie maker, right? Then the string itself, which is the cookie, will now be multiplied by whatever value we put there. So for example, let me give an example. So let's say, let's call this 5 and let's run. So it gives us 5 cookies. So if we call this 10 and we run, it will give us 10 cookies, right? So now if we call this 3, same thing, give us 3 cookies. So what that literally is doing is this. We passed in 3 to the function, which is this define cookie maker num. So that num becomes 3, literally. This num here becomes 3, literally, right? So we passed in that. I'm coming with the we passed in that, so it evaluates that string. Then the next thing it does, it prints it out. So the reason for this batch is whatever results that this string is printing, it stores it in this variable batch. So Modupe, okay, we have Prosper and Modupe. Okay, let's Modupe first. Prosper will come to you. Modupe.
Okay, so my question is, when we are writing the function in that bracket where we have the num, what about if there is nothing inside?
So you don't want to declare anything here. So let's go with your question. So let's copy. Okay. Hope you are seeing my screen.
Yes, I'm seeing it, but I've seen some functions like that, but I don't know why it's done. So that's why I'm asking. That they won't have arguments inside that bracket. I don't know.
So let me explain that. So when we say define cookie maker, we left it empty, right? Let's look at the error. Type error, cookie maker takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. So it means that this takes no element, but 1, we give 1 element here, because when we defined it, we removed everything here. So let's run this again. Then I'll continue my explanation. So now we've removed this. You see that the error now has changed to name error. So it says name num is not defined because we times this by num. So let's remove this again. So you see that it gave us only 1 cookie.
Okay, what about that cookies? We say that cookie.
What about what? I didn't hear you clearly, sorry. Hello?
I said that cookie, that second line, that cookie emoji, what about if you put ×5 on it?
So here, you now see ×5. All right, it gives you 5. So in this case now, it means that you're not calling it is of no use because you're doing it manually. Right? You're doing it manually. But if we do it like this, so we'll copy this again. Right? So you copy this again. Paste it here. So if you do it like this, for example, let's say no. Let's say 7. See.
That ×5 is still working.
Yeah, so just a moment. Oh, return. So let's run this. So it give us 1. So mean that it's not even taking this at all. So now let's copy this now. Control C, and now you will see the reason why it's not working. Control A, Control C. So if you notice here, we are just saying times it by whatever number is here. But here, we are giving it a particular number, which of course, it now makes no sense for a function because we're doing it manually. The reason why we are using a function is actually to automate this thing, so we don't need to go back to do it manually. So what do I mean by that? So let's just take this off. So let's leave this like this. Let's leave this like this. So you see, because I put here manually times 7 and I put here 7. So here, if I put 3, I will get 3. If I put 7, I will get 7. Whatever number I put here, I will get. I don't need to start changing here, because in this case, you have to start changing here, which you're now making the process manual. So whatever I put here, if I put, let's say, I don't want to put 50 because it's going to run out. So let's just say 10, for example, and I only gives me 10. So if you're doing it like this, it's literally kind of defeating the purpose because you're still manually doing that stuff. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So someone has a question. Prosper, sorry, I'm just seeing this now. Okay, thank you, Mudupe. You understand? Good. Prosper, go ahead. I can see your hands up.
Okay.
Prosper.
Sorry, mine wasn't a question. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
I can hear you, Prosper. Go ahead.
Okay, but mine wasn't actually a question. Mine wasn't actually a question. I wanted to find out how you did the emoji, but I've gotten it.
Okay, so you understand it now. Okay. All right, so your hands are still up. So I don't know if it's a mistake, Prosper. So maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more. Or let's just do 1 more so that we can now move to other things. What's the time? This is 9:21. Wow, time moves so fast. So hopefully if we finish this today, someone's Adeleye. Sorry for the pronunciation. Go ahead, please. Your hands are up.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Please, how
evening.
do you do this? The smile is the emoji.
No, it's your keyboard. So just on your, I don't know if you're using Windows or Mac. I'm using Mac, so I don't know what it is on Windows. But for Mac, you press Control, then like you hold it at the same time, Control, Command, and Spacebar to bring up your emoji and list here. So, but I think you can Google that if you're using Mac or Windows. You can Google or Linux, whatever. You can Google that. Yeah. So it's going to bring it up, so you can use that. Yeah. Or another way of doing it, if you don't want to also do that, if you want to go to the long route, you just, the name of the emoji, you just go to Google and type it. It will surely come out one way or the other. You will see the emoji. So you just copy it and paste it. That's that. Okay, so we'll just go to try and accept. This is handling error. So we call it error handling. Then we'll know that we're done with this, so that the next class we can now enter pandas and the rest of them. So which is the main thing. So let's just call this let's call this error handling. Error handling. So there was one time we had one error. So this is when I was showing you guys that you can't tuples are immutable, right? So there are ways of handling errors that if you have a large block of code and you don't want to mess it up with all these errors, make it look messy like this, you can handle errors gracefully, right? You can handle errors gracefully. So we are going to use functions to do that, so that we can also still go into function at the same time to just make our knowledge of function stronger. So let's say define safe divide. So something we call safe divide. Okay, it came up automatically. So let's give it 2 numbers because we want to divide 2 things, right? So let's say it's 2 inputs. We're expecting 2 inputs, A and B. Okay. So now we say try. You notice the color change again, right? Then always remember this colon. You have to use this colon. So you see when you're using a function, when you're using try, when you see except, elif, for, while, if, else, you have to always put that colon. Even break and pass, you have to put those colon, when you use them. Okay, so let's see result equal to A divided by B, because that's what we want to do. Now, we go here, we now say except. So that's why I called it try and except. Except, so we now call on the error we want. So there's an error in Python they call zero division error. It's true, I don't even ask questions. So who know what a zero division error is in Python? So let's start from there. Somebody, we are how many in this class now? 26. I don't know if it's correct. So who know what a zero division error is in Python?
Okay, hello.
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay, I don't think I've actually come across it in Python, but I know generally zero division is trying to divide any number by zero. The error
Exactly,
is
that's
missing.
literally, yes, that's literally it. When you're trying to divide a number by zero, that's that's literally it. There's no plenty grammar about it. So that's literally it. So yeah, so let's so we now say except zero division error. So you can put whatever error. So you see it came up automatically because the Python error. You can put whatever error you think. You see the color changed also, right? So let me just make it so that you remember. So specific error. Sorry. Specific error, right? So let's say except zero division error, then we now say print. What should we print? So let's see, oops. And we can now say, let me use exclamation mark. We can now say count divide by 0. So try again. Exclamation mark. Okay. So then we now call on the result. So result would not be error. Right? So we'll now say else. So you see that we're literally, everything we've learned, we're literally using them, at a stretch. I'll say print. See here. It's worked. Okay. What can we use again? So in this place now, let's use can use finally can use finally print let's say math time over. Can say back to play. And let's just put some exclamation mark there. What else? What else? Yeah, let's print our results. So return result. So let's now do let's call on the function. So print, now say save divide. Save divide. This time we say 10-2. So we try 10-2 first. Right. So let's copy this. And let's try this. Let's try it with 0. So this one, what we are expecting is, let me put a comment. So what we're expecting is 10 divided by 2, which is 5.0. And it's going to give us points because we use, if you remember our division, this and this, sorry, this and this, you know, so if we use this, it's going to give us the points. So it's going to give us 0.0 and it's going to say yay, something like this. Let's say something like this. This is what we're expecting here, and here we are expecting, oops, there's this. So it's literally going to see rules, but it will keep going. So let's go through this. I hope as I'm doing this, everyone is also doing this on their end. Very important. Also be typing on your end. Then when you are done, when you run it, you have questions, you ask the question, right? You have questions, you ask the question. It's better like that than you just look at it without running it on your end. So I will always say it anytime, always run it on your end. Always run it on your end. Very, very important. Okay, so let's run this. Let me delete this. Let me just delete this out. So we run this first. So, well, instead, let me just comment it instead. So no need to delete it. So let's run this first. So it's a unsupported type. So let's see operand types for, let's see. Where did we get the error? Oh no, so it's B here. So let's run this again. So you see, it says, yay, it worked. So it went here because this could divide. This was not, it didn't give us zero division error. So it came straight to the else condition. So it says, yeah, it worked. Then now printed math time over back to play. Then it returned the result, which is 5.0. So now let's copy this, right? Paste it here. Then let's comment out this and run. So you see, he said, oops, can't divide by 0, try again. Then math time over, back to play. So meaning it now skipped this else condition and went back to here and it returned the result, which is error. So instead of giving us this kind of error, this kind of, how will I explain it? This kind of messy error that is, it just makes your code look very untidy. It just gave us, where's it? Yeah, it just gave us this error because this is what we told it here. So, any question? Any question? No question?
That's it. Like,
One
this is the first time
question.
I've actually seen. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing except and finally, and even try.
Yeah, try and accept.
Yeah, this is the first time.
Is error handling. This is what we call error handling. Try and accept. Error
Okay.
handling. Try and accept.
So
So
what
normally,
can you explain
so
the
normally, so normally, if you do something like this now, so if you say, let's see, A equal to 10, 0, you now say print A. So can you see this? So instead of having this kind of messy error, we now put it in a function, use try and accept, and try and accept. I accept usually sounds like accept. Try and accept, right? So that we can gracefully have this kind of error instead. If not, this code would have given us something like this error.
Okay.
Okay. So any other question before we continue? I think we are moving fast today. I'm happy about that.
Mr. Chidex, my hand is up all this while.
Really, sorry.
No,
because
no
I'm seeing it on
problems.
a small, on a small section of my screen, so I can't see everybody. Sorry. So meaning that people might have been raising their, okay, what I will do this, oh my God, meaning that people might have been raising their hands and I can't see them. So what I will do is this, next time when you raise your hands up, because I can only see the first 1, 2, 3, 4 people, because it just pops up, because I'm sharing my screen, so it just pops up at the small corner of the screen, right? So I can only see the first the first 4 people, so, or persons, whatever. So please, whenever you're raising your hands up, my mind, I'm just noticing this now. Whenever you're raising your hands up, if I don't call your name, just unmute and speak, then I'll stop talking at that point. So I'm really, really sorry. I don't know if it has happened before now, but so go ahead.
All right. So I'm actually looking at the code now. Just like Jimmy said, this is just a new one, but that's why we are here, to learn new things. So I saw try and accept. Then that accept, now you actually put an inscription there, specific error. Now my question is, can you do it for all errors?
So you literally have to be specific about your error.
You have to be specific. Okay, sorry. Okay, does that means every single error in Python actually has name, like this one now?
Yes, now every error has name. Yes, every single error in Python has a name. It can be name error. There are different. If you go on, you can even Google it. That's also another thing I need to teach you guys. So let me explain. When you're coding, I'm coming to Yib. I'll come to you just a moment. So when you're coding, right? Trust me, even the best coder in the world uses Google. Before AI, we were using Stack Overflow. I remember then, even as at 2021, 2020, we were using Stack Overflow steady. So don't think these coders you see today, they just code everything 100% perfect. No. Before AI, people were using Google. So you see stuff like Stack Overflow, you see stuff like Reddit. So they have communities. So let's say Python communities, even Cargo, So people that have done similar stuff, there are many. Just ask those questions and you see someone that has answered something similar, right? So you always make use of your Google. Is very important. So don't think you're one. Trust me, I've worked with gurus, different gurus. There's none of them that don't use Google or something. So you always use. So once you're confused about anything, you just go to Google. You put, so if you see that Jimmy, I'm coming also. So we have two hands to Yib and Jimmy. I'm coming. So you see that error, you copy it, you go to Google, it tells you everything about that error. So you understand that error. You understand the reason why that error. So you have seen some errors. I don't know if you have noticed it. You guys have noticed it when we are doing this live session. If I see an error, I go back based on what I read and I correct it and see that the code works. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. That's because I've understood how most, obviously not even all the errors, but I've understood how most of the errors have worked, because when I started, I was experiencing, when I started coding, I was experiencing several errors. And what did I do? I did not just relax. I made research about those errors, and how to tackle such errors. So, Toyib, let's get to you first. Go ahead, Toyib.
All right, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. Please, my question is, that try, except, else, and finally. I'd like to understand, is it that these four stuffs, they work hand in hand? Because what I used to know is that else comes after if. So this is more or less like a conditional statement, right? If I'm correct. So does it mean that if you use that try, then you are going to follow it with except, then you follow it with else?
So
finally, then
else
return.
it's not compulsory that, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying now. So it's not compulsory that else comes after if. So if you go to the dictionary meaning of else, so it just means that if something happens or if something does not happen, else this. So if you say if this happens now, which is try and accept, then else. Or if this does not happen, else. So else does not mean that you must use if first before you get else, before you use else. No. So then if we want to try and catch, like, let's say, a general error. So let's try. So just a moment. Let me copy this. Nice. Let's come here and paste this. So let's just try this. Let's see. Let's say exception. It's E. Let's say exception. That's E. This as we use it very well when we're doing SQL or SQL. Some people call it SQL. So let's try this. So we can say print just a moment. But we need to try and let me delete this specific error. So we want to try and catch general errors. Let's try this first. Just a moment. Okay. So, well, who asked this question? I think it was Chigozie, right?
Yeah,
Was it
it's me.
Chigozie?
It's me.
Yeah. So this is literally if you want to just catch it generally. Then someone is raising up their hand. Jimmy. Jimmy, go ahead, please.
Okay, what I wanted to ask is based on what you said that we should use Google when we are coding and all that. What of during live coding? Because I've heard of interviews when you have an interview, you do live coding. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's all employee. In that case now, do you still use Google?
Okay, it depends. So, and I will tell you the reason why I say it depends. So, I will give you an example. Do you know that? Let me just tell you the truth. Your employee does not expect you or does not believe that you know everything 100%. Take this from me. I'm telling you for a fact. Your employee does not believe that you know everything 100%. I'm talking of even as far as Apple. Let me blow your mind. I'm not even whining you guys. Let me use Niger English. Whether you're an Apple coder, an Amazon coder, Google coder, like you work in Google or whatever, you don't know it 100%. It's not possible. Like, trust me, it's not possible. So what it means that if you know something 100%, it means that you can write, for example, a full program without getting any single error. So let's say a software developer now, right? Front end, back end. Imagine if a front end developer or a back end developer writes a full block of code for, let's say, an app or a website without any error. He or she didn't run into any error. It is a lie. 100%. I've worked with people that are really good. It is a lie. It's not possible. So trust me, they don't expect you to know everything because even them themselves don't know everything. So that's just the fact. I'm just telling you the fact. There's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. That is the fact. Yeah, so someone is raising their hands up. Jim. Okay, Jimmy, your hands are still up.
Oh, fine.
So let me just explain the reason why this might not be this general error, catching general error might not be really advisable. So it can hide some bugs. So for example, if you catch, let's say, a name error means you misspelled the name. I think we had one name error here that I corrected. I think it was forgotten. We had one name error that immediately I saw it, I had to go back to the code and I corrected it. So we have name error, we have type error. So meaning you obviously type error, you know what type is data type, right? Abdullahi, I'm coming just a moment. So type error meaning, let's say you use the wrong data type. So literally it will simply just say error instead of telling you the exact error or the exact line and the type of problem. So if you have a huge chunk of code, if you're just using a general error phrase like this, it's likely going to be risky. Yeah, so Abdullahi, go ahead, please.
Okay.
You're on mute.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So I tried the last print statement where you impute print safe divide 10,0. So instead of giving me this instead of giving me the error results, it's giving me an error statement that says cannot access local variable results where it is not associated with a value.
So can you share your screen? Let's see. Is it possible?
Okay, so
So let me just stop sharing mine. Just a moment. Yeah. So share your screen. Let's see.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. So let's see.
Okay.
So you said, are you talking about the first one that said, or the second one? Are you talking about the one your mouse is on currently? Your cursor?
Yes, this
Is it that one you're talking about? Okay,
Yes,
so let's
sir.
see your code. So you said, yeah, it's a bit small, though I can see it, but it's a bit small.
Okay.
So you said,
Let me enlarge the screen.
all right. So define safe divide AB, try result equals to AB, set perception as E, print oops, can't divide by 0, try again, and result equals to error, and said else, print yay, it worked, and it said finally print my time over, some results. So you said print safe divide 10 0.
Your result is 2R.
So why is it showing
That
an error?
result from
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. Your result
Oh.
RR instead of 1R.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, I didn't see that. Thanks, sir. Let me do one
Yeah,
again.
so you can see now your print statement is no longer, you see that
Okay.
red sign under it no longer shows. So next time, before you run any code, can you hear me? Once you see that red, what do we call it now? That red stuff under a line of code, it means there's an error somewhere. Literally means there's an error somewhere. So even before you run it, you should be expecting an error, because once you see, so before, when you run a code, you should see, if you don't see any red stuff, then you can run it. Obviously there can still be an error, but that error will not be based on a misspelled something that you, like this one you did now.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome. Right, so you can stop sharing your screen. So any other question? Well, literally this is 9:52, so meaning I'm so happy, because it means that next class will go into pandas. Straight up, next class we'll go into pandas, which is on Saturday. Going to pandas. So so let me now do the correction of the assignment. So what I will expect now is, for those that have not submitted, obviously for those that submitted, fine, but for those that have not submitted, you can look at it, and also look at the correction, and also look at the questions, right, which you can still also, nonetheless, even if we have done the correction, you can still also on your own, go and go through it on your own. I don't know if this time will be enough for us to finish it. This is 9:53, or I should do it in the next class. Let's see. Is there anyone here in this class that has submitted the assignment? Okay, so
Yeah.
so we don't waste
Yes,
time.
I have.
Jimmy submitted it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I submitted.
Many people are saying they submitted. How come? Is it that I didn't see it? was only 7.
My first submitted this morning.
Okay, some submitted this morning. Okay, maybe I didn't check. I'm just looking at the time now. This is 9:54 before we finish it. Okay, so that we don't go take so long on this. We'll do it by the beginning of our next class. We'll be so fast with it. We'll give ourselves, let's say, 15 minutes to do the assignments, because literally it's something that we've already done before, so it's not going to take much time. So we'll give ourselves 15 minutes to do it in the next class on Saturday before we now go into pandas. So is that fine?
Yes.
All right. So I think we can call it a day for today. We've tried today. All of us really, I like the questions, the way everyone tries to understand it in their own way. Like I said, achieving the same results.
Hello,
I
sorry,
remember the
this is my
demo and
first time
giving
here.
error.
How do I access the assignment? Sorry.
So if you go on the Python channel on Discord, I always post it there.
Okay.
So I post it there. I also post the submission link there. So the funny thing is, in the submission link, I always see endeavor to put the questions there also. So whether you take the normal question, which is the PDF file, or you click on the submission link, you can also see the questions directly on the submission link there. So whichever one that is more preferable to you. So someone was about to say something also.
So I ran that error this and gave me error, like actual error.
Okay, share your screen.
Let me share it.
You see, this is the reason why I used to tell you guys that do it live. So you can know where you.
This one.
Okay, so let's see. So you see what I'm saying? So the moment you see that result, why am I echoing? So the moment you see that,
The person is joining on two applications, something like that.
Do what?
Are you using your system and your phone at the same time?
Oh, you can't? Can you not see?
No, I can see, but I'm echoing.
No, he's having feedback.
Okay, let me just continue like that. So once you see that this red line, you just know that there will be an error. So there now you can see that it says 0 division is not defined. Just put your mouse over or your
Yeah.
So it says name error, name error, name 0 division is not defined. So that Z should be in capital letter.
This one.
The Z in 0. The Z in 0. No, I told you Python is case sensitive.
Okay.
So you see that the color has changed. Now run it.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can be using Shift and Enter. I don't know. That looks. All right. So any other question? You can stop sharing your screen. Yeah. Any other question? If there's no question, we can call it a day. It is 9:58, 2 minutes to 10.
Would there be assignments?
Yeah, there will be assignments. There will be assignment, but we'll do the correction for the last assignment in the next class. We'll do it. We'll be really snappy. We'll be fast about it. Right. All right. So
Hello, sir.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm not asking any question, but I just remembered something, and I want to kind of re-stress it because there is a point you just said something when you said you don't even ask questions in this your class. Yes, I want to actually stress on that point because you know normally what it does now here it makes it more engaging and all that. So I really suggest now you've taught us reasonably enough. You can now start if maybe you are feeling that probably these guys and you can now start asking us questions because that's personally it helps me a whole lot. So I guess yes, I want to just suggest it.
Yeah, sometimes I say any question, then people raise their hands up to ask questions, then I answer them. So, but maybe what I'll be doing next time is maybe I'll be asking specific questions. I think that way it's more engaging and also you understand it better. Yeah. So I'll take note of that.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So it's 10 o'clock. You're welcome. It's 10 o'clock. The dot. So we'll call it a day. I'll see you on Saturday by 8 p.m.
Thank you, sir.
So good night.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
God
you
bless
so
you.
much for the class. Thank
you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good night.
Good night.